Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for another day of Tesla analysis. Today we will talk about Tesla technical analysis based on the daily and the hourly chart for Tesla. It looks like Tesla has resumed bullish, and let's take a look and see where Tesla would ultimately go in the next couple of days and into next week. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start with the daily chart. The daily chart here shows that Tesla is around 1109 today. The volume is now 89, actually 90%. And we still have about an hour left to go. So I think that Tesla would end the day either at 100% or slightly above 100% in volume, which is really good. The volume is predominantly buy volume again. And you can see that the price action is very bullish. It is getting back to 1189 and potentially 1209 in the near term. It is right now surpassing 1072, which is the 50 days SMA that it could not surpass yesterday. So the fact that it surpassed 1082 and stay above 1082 and also surpass 1105, which is the next resistance, and stay so far above 1105, that is very good news for the bulls. RSI seems to show that there's room on the upside. It is not yet overbought. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. So on the hourly chart here, you can see that the upper pivot point was 1096, and Tesla has stayed above 1096 after a couple of hours of consolidation right above 1096. So for right now, Tesla looks extremely bullish. On the hourly though, it does look a little bit oversold. A little bit overbought. And it looks to possibly retrace into close. If it does not retrace into close, it might retrace a little bit tomorrow morning. But right now, as I record this message, we are about 3 minutes at the conclusion of the hours, and Tesla is spiking into the conclusion of that hours, which is really good. The trading range for tomorrow is on the upper end, 1141. The middle pivot point is 1100, and the bottom pivot point is 1086. All three pivot points are above 1072, which is the 50 days SMA once again. So that is also very good for holding above 50 days SMA. Presumably Tesla trade around these three pivot points tomorrow. I expect Tesla to either consolidate into Friday and spike next week, or possibly spike immediately on Friday, if not tomorrow. From an hourly chart standpoint, you see that Tesla have an inverse head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. This breakout is very much above the previous resistance of 1072, and it is as a result of this inverse head and shoulder. Where would it go from here? I say to start, it should get back to the previous high on the hourly, which would be around 1140 to 1150. And then the next price target could probably be about $1,200. But for now, this head and shoulder looks really good, and it looks to be breaking out from that pattern right now. As far as trades management, I think that if you are currently in a trade with a call option expiring at least January 28th, you could probably keep it for another day and see how tomorrow goes. If you have anything that is expiring this week or next week, I would be very wary and potentially take it off, knowing that you might miss the move tomorrow. But if tomorrow is a consolidation day, chances you could lose money or lose some of your gains. So manage accordingly depending on your risk tolerance and expiration date. But for now, it looks like it could potentially spike into close, giving us an opportunity to close call options if we're not super aggressive with a profit target, or potentially hold until tomorrow, which could get us to about 1140 on the upper end. For those of you who look for an opportunity for entry at this point, I would say that there's still opportunity for a quick trade, if you're looking at this pattern, it is really good pattern to spike further, but then the upper end of the move would probably stop at around 1165 or so. So I would be cautious, right? I would enter a call only if Tesla retraces and then probably play to this pivot point. So from one pivot point to another, 1096 to about 1140 would be the play that I'm having if I were to look for entry. I would not be looking for multi-day entry at this point because it's already run for 3 days, right? Of course, Tesla can always run up more, but you're also having Monday being a non-trading day, and then next week you could have earnings, or earnings could happen the week after. There's a lot of uncertainty between now and earnings with the macroeconomics environment, inflation and whatnot. So it would not be a mother load trade for me, but it certainly can be a quick trade given the bullish pattern. So I would still look at February 4, and if I'm looking at, say, 1180 now, give or take, you're looking at about $4,500 for 1180s. If you're looking at, let's say next week, the expiration, the 21st of January, you can also be looking at, let's say 1150, you're at around $2,200 now. This is the type of trade that I'm looking to make maybe 50% at the most. I wouldn't be looking for 200-300%, depending on whether Tesla runs tomorrow. One of the last legs of a bullish run, at least based on the chart pattern. So I wouldn't take too much risk at this point. I do think that the better play would be right after earnings. I'm hoping that Tesla will sell the news at earnings, and that would create a very good entry opportunity for traders. So that could be a topic for another day, but for now, as I look at this pattern, it is bullish. I'm hoping that Tesla would go all the way up to 1140 tomorrow and potentially 1189 or $1,200 shortly here. We can't really time it perfectly, but I think the stock would be more likely to go up than to go down at this point. So this is it for this video. I just want to hop on really quick to give you my perspective on Tesla. Overall trend is bullish, and it depends on what type of option and what kind of expiration and strike do you have. I would encourage you to keep that option if Tesla ends the day above 1105, which is above this resistance points right here. Hopefully you find the information helpful. Comment down below if you have any question or feedback. Feel free to check out my Patreon page where I give a lot more update and regular analysis to my patrons. Other than that, until the next video, thank you. Bye.